How are we going, everybody? We're back in the fruit tree section here, a little courtyard of fruit trees. We've got peach, Asian pears, we've got a Hoshui Koshui, we've got I think that's a Williamson pear, I can't remember, I keep forgetting, or Pakenham, and that's the Williams pear. This one here, and you can see this, by the way, this one here never had any flowers last year at all. Not a single flower on it. Well, when I say a single flower, maybe a cluster here or there. With the hard prune we gave it last winter, autumn that is, it's come up beautifully. Now, all this upright growth, useless, totally useless. It's going to be a good sort of shade created canopy for the fruit when it sets, but long term, even in summer, we're going to harvest that off or cut that off so we can get more sunlight in there so the fruit can ripen properly. Now, what we're going to be talking about more importantly is this tree here. Our beautiful, beautiful tree which has been sprayed from late summer, early autumn last year every month. Now we've been treating it for leaf curl. We've had a lot of problems with this tree in the last few years with leaf curl. So every single leaf used to curl over, coming springtime, that is, this time of the year, and not a single fruit. Now, I've gone through the pruning stages with this, and I've also gone through the monthly regime of spraying the plants so that you can prevent it come springtime as we are today. So that if you had followed the same procedures spraying it as what I've done, you should be at the same stage as what I am here. Now, if we take a close look at all this wonderful fruit. And I'm not talking just one or two, we're talking clusters everywhere. See, the benefits of spraying it as a preventative and the shield of armour, what I'm talking about is our disease control pack. This is the Bluestone Copper Sulphate and Hydrated Lime, separate products, mix them together to make this solution. By spraying it with this every month, you've given the tree a burst of life, health. It's so healthy that it's been able to keep its flowers and set fruit. And that's what it's done. We've got fruit everywhere. Now, the spraying is done. Just a quick recap, from late summer, after the summer prune, well, as soon as you see the leaf fall, let's say, the beginning of autumn, let's talk about that. So as soon as the leaves start to fall, 10% of the leaves start to fall, that's when you start applying the disease control pack to control as a preventative, and you do it every month on the month to the point of runoff. And what that means is you drench the tree so that it's literally dripping like droplets off it, as if after a good day's rain on it. So you spray it like that every month, and the only time you don't spray, I just heard myself say time, but the only time you don't spray it is when it's in full flower. So when it's about to burst flower, which is what we have done, we stop spraying. And then you commence again as soon as the flowers finish, set fruit, and this is where we are right now. We're nearly at the end of the month. We've only got 5 or 6 days to go, but we have got so many fruit on here that are a good size. Have a look at that. Look, you can see fruit. I don't have to show you, you can see it yourself. You spray it now, and what's happening also, which I noticed earlier when I came out here, look, 99.9% of the tree is completely clean of leaf curl. But the tips, have a look at the tips. The tips, not all the tips, mainly the ones in the full sun, are copping a little bit of blistering. Leaf curl is the deformation and the blistering of the leaves. Like that there. See that there, all that lumping there? That virus has gotten into it. How it gets into it? Well, normally in winter when the leaves fall off, where the leaf connects to the branch, that's the open wound that doesn't seal, and that's what this does. But somehow we've got some in the tree as well, but obviously nowhere near to the effect of what it's been like in the past to cause the tree to not set fruit at all. And this is what we do. We spray it with this, but before we spray it, we need to pick all the infected leaves off the tree. You don't want to leave it on there. Just pick them all off, stop it from spreading, and then commence spraying. So you must remove them beforehand. Now, I've noticed that it's only on the tips of the tree itself, so it's not down deep inside. It's really clear inside where it's shady, but where it's closer to the sun, it seems to be affecting it. Now, I'm no scientist. I know that during the period when the tree drops its leaves, there are open wounds, that's what I call them, and the virus is capable of getting inside then. So why is that affecting it now on the tips? Well, probably because when I spray, this is my theory that is, when I spray the top area, that's the first point where it's going to drip from, so it's the one that's going to have the least amount of coverage with the spray. So maybe I need to spray it heavier next time on the tips of the branch. That's one theory. The second one is that maybe the sun has something to do with it. Dehydration, it dries out a lot quicker or heats it up a lot quicker, and the spore becomes more active on the tip areas because it's mainly on the tips. It's one of those two. I'm not 100% sure exactly. That's my theory. If anybody else knows exactly why the tips are affected outside what I just said, I'd love you to share that with us so everybody else can learn as well. But in the meantime, pick all your leaves off, dispose of them, and then begin spraying your tree. This is our disease control pack mixture, folks, and you've got to make sure that your tree has set fruit, because the leaf curl spores can, if left untreated, affect your fruit as well. So it's not just the leaves that we're trying to protect here. We're trying to actually protect the produce, the tree that it produces, peaches and nectarines, because you don't want infected fruit. It destroys it. It starts to scab up, and in some cases rots and falls off. Do not spray it if your tree's still in flower. My tree has set fruit. It's the size a bit bigger than the chickpea, and feel quite comfortable to spray it. But like I said earlier, remove all your leaves first, infected leaves. And at the end of the day, if you're going to be spraying it regularly, because this is what you need to do at least every 2 weeks, or if not at least every month, if your fruit starts to get to a size where it's almost ripened, it's always good to wait at least 7 to 14 days before you harvest. So you do one application today, and if your next one's going to be within 2 weeks, just before you spray, go and harvest whatever fruit's ready and ripe for you to enjoy, so that you can give it time to settle down and break down, so you're not going to eat it straight off the tree. It's meant to be a natural form product, like a non-toxic product, but again, always practice caution. If you're concerned about wind and draft and overspray, put a mask on. As far as animals are concerned, pets, cats and dogs, really, at the end of the day, there's not enough on this tree in one particular spot. It's not like it's in a bowl where you can drink it. And I dare say, look, I haven't tasted it, but I reckon it'd be pretty harsh on the palate for any animal to have. So again, when you do spray, just for the safety purpose, wait at least 6 hours after you finish spraying to allow your pets to get back out into the garden, so that by then it's actually dried on the tree, it's not dripping, it's not creating attraction for the animals as well. So wait a couple of weeks before you harvest, spray it at least every 2 weeks, if not every 4 weeks, and remove all the leaves, infected leaves, and dispose of them. Not in your compost bin, don't put them on the ground, because the spores will stay active, hibernate and become active again on the tree as the season progresses, and obviously the following season as well. The stuff is available on our website, vasilisgarden.com. Disease control pack, we've got a huge range of specials going on. Long weekend, our specials are running through the long weekend with up to 25% off. So 70% off everything across the board, up to 70% off. Then a bonus 25% off as well, because at the end of the month, all the prices are going up again, folks. There is a price increase, so take advantage of it, enjoy it, get some great products into your garden. It's all at vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasili, Maresi.